Hello dear students, today we will discuss about the difference between business, profession and employment. In our earlier discussion, we had a chat on business, profession and employment. What type of activities are involved in business and what type of resources are needed to start a business, to be a professional, or if you are joining any service, you are working as an employee. Now we will compare business, profession and employment on the following parameters. First one is commencement, second one is qualification, third one is investment, fourth one is the involved risk, fifth one is transfer of interest, next main objective, code of conduct, nature of work that is involved and reward. So the first parameter is commencement. If we talk about the business, when business is commenced, the moment the entrepreneur who is owner of the business decides that he want to start any business unit or any institution, from that moment the commencement of business starts. And if we talk about commencement of profession, profession commences from the moment the person who is involved in professionalism obtains the professional degree. Suppose any doctor is there, if the doctor is receiving the degree from Indian Medical Association, from that moment he can offer his services. The advocate, the lawyer, he is obtaining the law degree from Bar Council of India. From that moment he can start giving legal services to the clients. Okay, so for professionalism a specific professional degree is required. If you are in your training, you cannot offer your services. From the moment you obtain your professional degree, then you can offer your services. But when we talk about the employment, you are giving employment by your employer and you have to sign the service agreement. The moment you sign your service agreement, you are bound to follow all the rules and procedures, the policies that are devised by your employer, the company or the institution. From that your employment begins. Okay, so you can understand the moment from when business, profession and employment commence. Second one is qualification. What type of qualification is required to start a business, to start your professional services and to start your job where you are employed? As you know that for business there is no need of any specific qualification. If you are having a proper business idea, if you are having proper capital for investment in plant, land, machinery, all the resources that are required for your manufacturing, the person whom you are hiring for manufacturing or providing services, for that huge capital is also required. But there is no specific qualification that is required. If you are qualified enough, it will provide you an extra edge over others. But there is no eligibility criteria to start a business. Even an illiterate person can also start business if he is of rational mind, he is having proper business idea. But for professionalism, a proper qualification is required for each and every profession. If you want to become a doctor, then you have to appear in the admission test, that is for after intermediate with biology you are eligible to participate in the entrance examinations that are being conducted every year for admission in MBBS, BDS and many other medical courses. So a sound background in education is needed, and for each and every profession the qualification that is required are different. If you want to become an advocate, you have to possess the graduation certificate first, then you will have to clear the entrance test of LLB or any other course that is related to law. Then you will be having a training of 3 to 4 years, and after completion you will be awarded the law degree from Bar Council of India. Then you will be providing your legal services to your customers. And for employment, for any job, It depends on the demand of that job. For each and every job, there is a specific qualification, a specific eligibility criteria. So it depends on the nature of job, nature of institution where you are working. Investment. How much capital, how much investment is required to start business? There is no limit. Huge investment is required for starting any business, because as you know that for business you need land, machinery, plant, different types of resources, different types of people who are skilled, semi-skilled and unskilled as well. So huge investment is required, but there is no limit to profit as well. Risk is also involved in business, but higher the risk, higher the return. Okay, but you have to take intelligent risk. You have not to take any risk where you don't know where to go. What will be the market of your product, what type of product is being offered by you. You have to take calculated risk in business. And in profession, there is also need of some investment. For your professional course, money is also needed. And after getting the profession, if you want to establish any dispensary or any hospital after getting the medical certificate, or you want to establish a personal office of your legal firm, then you need some money to take an office on rent, or you want to buy any apartment, any commercial apartment for making your office, then you also need capital. But the requirement of capital in profession is very less in comparison to the business. Okay. For employment, there is no need of any capital. If you are having the proper educational certificates, then after that there is no need of any investment. There is selection criteria, and if you are clearing the selection process, then you will be appointed. You will be given opportunity to work in any institution, either private or government. Next one is risk. How much risk is involved in business, in profession and in employment? As you know that in business, huge risk is involved, but the reward is also, there is no limit to the reward. There is no limit to the profit that is being generated through business. In professionalism, there is certain limit to the fees that you can charge. You cannot charge 1 crore fee for any medical or any legal service. In employment, there is also a limitation to the salary that is being given to you. But in business, there is no limit, because risks that is involved is also very high. How much return, how much profit Reliance, Tata, Birla, Ambanis are making, there is no limit to that. But there is limit to the salary of any person who is involved in any employment opportunity in business or in government sector. Even there is a limit to the salary of IAS, the ministers. There is limit to their legal salary. How much they are getting under the table is beyond our imagination, but the authorized salary is limited. Then comes transfer of interest. As you know that in business, interest can be easily transferred. In profession, you cannot transfer the interest. And in job, the person who are employed in any institution or organization, they can also not transfer the interest. The business can be transferred. Okay, the person who establishes business easily transfers the profit or the responsibility of conducting that business also to his family members. Main objective. What is the main objective of business? The main objective of business is making profit, making money. But for that profit generation, you cannot compromise on the integrity of that nation where you are operating, or you cannot keep the security of the society or the people who are working, who are living in your vicinity. You cannot keep their life on stake. That is responsibility of the business. Your intention should be noble. The product that is being made in your company should also not violate any policy, any guideline that is devised by the government. Okay. nature of work that is involved, and this code of conduct is also mandatory for professionalism. If you are involved in any profession like medical or legal, there is a code of conduct for the doctors. If the doctor is violating the laws, that is laws and the policies that are devised by the All India Medical Council, then that is a punishable act. Or any advocate, if he is not taking proper care of the legal laws, he is just modifying the law for his own benefit, then it is also punishable act. Okay. Nature of work that is involved. What type of work is involved in business? As you know that in business, production and sales of goods and services is involved. Each and every person who is in business, he is either providing any goods or he is providing any service to the customers. Some person are also involved in some business where they are acting like a mediator. They are not manufacturing any product, they are not providing any services by themselves. They are obtaining the product from one person and they are providing to the customers. They are just working as a mediator and they are earning commission. It is also called business, but this is not core business. Okay, they are consultancy based firms who are involved in such type of activities. Okay, so I think this is clear to all of you. The last point is reward. Reward for business is called profit. There is no limit to the reward that is involved in the business, but in professionalism the reward is slightly limited, and in employment the most limited reward is in employment, because you cannot get crores of rupees as your salary, but in business there is no limit, and because the involved risk is also very high. Okay, so we are ending this discussion. From our next lecture we will discuss about the non-economic activities. What type of activities are there that are not generating money for you. Okay, thanks.